most important thing you think you proved today?
I think for me is just, that I'm versatile. I can work both sides and just, continue to work hard and kind of show that today that, get better from the combine, just continue to make little steps like every day. Something that I want to prove.
So you have a conversation with Chris Morgan of the Bears for a while there. What kind of was that about it? And what follow-up meetings or what do you have in store with the Bears?
Yeah, I was just talking with him. It's just continue to be who I am and continue to keep what's important to me important. Working hard, continue to keep my head down and know that, if you're not getting better every day, you're getting worse, and that's something that I've taken to heart and just continue to work on.
What's the best thing an NFL team is going to get from you from day one?
I think for me is my work ethic. I think that's something I really stand myself on, that I'm going to be the hardest worker or try to be the hardest worker on the field, and I'll work anyone both on and off the field, and I think that's something that I've always taken a lot of pride in.
Do you feel like your stock improves from the combine to now?
I think for me it's just continue to show, like what I said, my hard work, just continue from the combine to now, just little steps of improvement. So that's something I want to show, and I think I did that today.
Who impressed you today?
I think just me and Blake going out and doing that together, I think it's always a blast to work with him. I think he continues to work with a very similar work ethic, and he works his butt off, and it's just fun to be out there with him.
Joe, what are the specific aspects you would like to improve in your technique?
Yeah, I think for me it's always my strike and pass pro. I think that's something that can really, end a defensive guy's rushes. I think if you throw a good strike, you can really mess with their mind and how they're rushing you. And then the wrong game is always continue to work to be lower and being able to roll my hips and explode through them.
What would appeal to you about the Bears?
For me, I think being here in South Bend, obviously very close, grew up in Minnesota, always NFC North, seen a lot of games. So I think obviously that's very important, and being close to home, like I said, is something that's awesome. And then just their tradition of football and that the Bears is something that's important to me.
Notre Dame's put a ton of offensive line talent in the NFL. Have you been in contact with any of those guys?
Yeah, I think last year was a big year for us. We had a lot of guys come back and kind of come through during spring ball, during the summer, and just being able to meet them and pick their brains and hear what they have to offer has been really important to me and helped me a lot in my game.
How are you preparing for one-on-one interviews?
Yeah, for me, it's obviously work with on the board, board work, making sure I'm, spot on with the stuff. If I'm going somewhere, making sure I look at their playbook a little bit and look at their plays. If it's, my stuff, making sure I know all of our plays, our names and stuff like that. And then also just kind of, making sure I keep the small things important, talk slow, eye contact, body gestures and stuff like that is important.
Does it make you nervous at all?
Occasionally, definitely the first one was nervous. Never really done one of these. So, walking in, I had to be ready to go. But after that, you kind of get the rust off, kind of settle in, and it's good to go.
Is there any pressure in any moments? We look at you from, the general public looks at you and they say this is pressure going to the draft as far as just performing. Is there any pressure when you're out there?
I mean, obviously, yeah, there's always pressure to, be your best, and I think that's always something that's always, helped me to push me to be my best. I've always played that way, and I don't think the pressure ever gets me, but it's also a good thing because it boosts you a little bit.
What's the team getting in you?
Like I said, I think for me, it's that hard work factor, that work ethic. I think that's what I stand on, what's most important to me, and I think that's something that teams see in me and that I want to continue to bring to the next level.
Joe, it seemed like you were getting thrown different drills that maybe you haven't done before. How important do you think it is to show that you can sort of learn on the fly and do what they're asking?
Yeah, I think it's very important. I think for me also being able to flip, left to right. Some teams want me at left, some teams want me at right. So just being able to show that versatility and making sure I can work both sides and just listen to directions and follow what they're asking and try to do the best of my abilities is very important.
What's your reaction when somebody mentions the mock draft team? What do you think when you hear those?
I try to turn all that out. For me, like I said, I like to work with my head down. Today's one day, work as hard as I can tomorrow, and all that stuff will work out when we get there. I just got to continue to improve day in and day out.